Welcome, beautiful yogis. We are going to start on the mat today in a seated or kneeling comfortable position with your spine upright. So take your time, get nice and comfortable onto the mat, and welcome to today's session with myself, Theodora Spathis. Now, if you need some support for your back, you are more than welcome to maybe sit against the wall, or alternatively, if you are on the mat and you need a little bit of a propping up, feel free to use a block or a cushion or a pillow or maybe a blanket. So once you are in a seated, comfortable position, close the eyes, relax your shoulders, and lift your spine nice and tall. Let's switch off the outside world and let's connect with the internal one. So as you start to take a nice, slow, deep breath in through the nose, allow your ribs and your belly to expand. And as you exhale, feel the tension release from the shoulders. Again, breathing in through the nose, expanding, filled with lightness. And as you exhale, feel the back release. Breathing in, breathing out. So bring your energy into the room, onto your mats, back into your body. Breathing in, and let it go. One more. Breathe it in, and release it out. Okay, bring your hands down by your side, wherever you are, palms either facing forward or a bit more to the ceiling. And just, even though your eyes are closed, lift your gaze upwards. Lift your head up slightly and draw the shoulders back a little further. So being in an open and receptive position here, not only physically, but energetically. So open to receive all the divine love, all the divine healing, and all the wisdom that you need at this present time. Two more breaths. Let all that tension go. Good. All right, bring the palms together. Just give them a bit of a rub. Activate your hands. And then place them over the eyes. Just feel that warmth and energy traveling through. Sometimes you might see colors, or you might just feel the energy moving through the hands. Okay, let's release. Shake those hands out. We're going to slowly come into your child's pose. So as with every practice, you adjust and modify the positions to work and support your body. So once you're in your child's pose, let your head relax down. Your shoulders and arms relax here. And breathing in. And breathing out. Unclench your jaw. Relax your shoulders here. And again, breathing in. And breathing out. Allow your body to melt onto your mats. If you notice you are holding tension in your shoulders, let them drop down. If you're someone who clenches their teeth and holds tension in their face, allow yourself to relax. Surrendering really doesn't take a lot of effort. It actually requires less. So we're stepping out of that busyness and dropping into our bodies. This can feel a little foreign when you first start to detach and slow down Often guilt might arise, feeling like you need to do something. And if we strip all of that back, your mind will think, but you are a human being, not a human doing. So just be here, present, breathing in, breathing out. Take a couple more breaths here. And we're going to stay in somewhat of a child's pose. Now, if your hips and knees feel a little tense, you can come onto all fours and just move the body around. Otherwise, if you feel comfortable enough, stay where you are. Lift your head and your chest up. Walk the arms forward, so you've got a bit of an extension here. And when you're ready, walk the arms over to one side and draw up both shoulders, let your head relax. So if your arms are to the right, we are focusing on the left side of the body. Breathing in and breathing out. Again, just allow yourself to relax here as much as possible. When you're ready, let's inhale, lift up. When you're ready, exhale, walk it over to the other side. You want to avoid extreme tension and discomfort. You might be tight, but we don't want to be in a position where you're forcing yourself to relax. And sometimes that means not going into such a big range, and that's okay. As things start to lengthen and release, the range will also increase. Take a couple more breaths here. Often when numbers are given, we're a bit more focused. And take 2 more breaths after that. Keep dropping into that pose. Good. Take your time when you're ready. Inhale, bring it back to center. We're going to come onto all fours. We're going to do a little bit of movement through the wrists. So spread your fingers wide and gently rock back and forwards. Now, if you have tender wrists, you might need to bring the hands closer to you and work to your range. Back and forwards a few times and relax the shoulders here. Good. Keeping the palms face down, turn your hands out so the fingers draw back towards you. So again, if this feels a bit too much, bring the hands closer towards you. And again, if it feels beneficial, gently sway back and forwards, keeping the shoulders down. Continue to breathe. Continue to relax into your movements. So wrists tend to get forgotten until they start to speak up and get uncomfortable. So just move gently here. Prevention of wrist issues, carpal tunnel. Okay, we're going to do one more. This time, the back of the hands are going to come onto the mat. So not just the knuckles and the fingers, but the entire back of the hand. Now with this one, you might find you will need to bend the elbows and relax your shoulders here. Breathe. Move as works for you. Less is more. Okay, slowly come back to center. Now, dependent on your knees, either just sit back. We're going to do some wrist rolls. Now, if this doesn't feel good for your knees, you can always just come up higher, so there's not as much pressure. So grab a hold, make a fist, and then spread them out. So almost like you try and grab something and then release. Okay, let's do both directions. So moving that energy through now. And release, shake it out. All done. Okay, let's come back onto all fours, tap the tops of the feet a few times. And then as we're on all fours, just do a few ankle rolls here. Keep breathing. Now, as with all movements, if your knees are sensitive to the floor, because you might have a harder floor than say being on a carpet or your mat's quite thin, you can always place a blanket. You can fold your mats underneath those joints. Okay. As we get older, we're a bit more sensitive to the floor, to movements, bones change, our bodies change. Okay, once you're done, let's lie face down onto the mat. We're going to come into a baby cobra. So your hands will be in line with your shoulders and then bring them a bit more closer towards your chest. So to have a bit more back support, take your legs a bit wider, tuck that tailbone under. Now we've just worked the wrists. So if they feel sensitive when you gently press up, you don't have to stay onto the hands. You might prefer to come up onto the forearms. So the modifications are there to support your body. So let's just say option 1, forearms onto the ground, but you're not collapsing. It is pressing away from the floor. Option 2, which is a little bit more intense, hands underneath the shoulders. That's it, elbows in. And gently squeeze and contract your buttocks here. Breathing in. And breathing out. So I'll keep reminding you, less is more in this practice today. Maybe your energy's low, maybe you've had a long day, maybe there's a lot going on in your mind. Or maybe you just need to give your body a bit more TLC. 3 more breaths. And once you're done, gently release. Place the hands underneath your forehead and rest down. Just wriggle your bottom side to side. Good. Couple more breaths, a couple more rocking side to side, just depending on your rhythm. Maybe you're slow, maybe you're quick. Just wriggle that bum a little bit side to side. We're going to do a second round. So again, you can stay with the same variation or you can change it up. So option 1, just to run through it again, press the forearms down, shoulders back, and squeeze, contract your buttocks. So we're never collapsing. And then option 2 is hands underneath those shoulders in line with your chest. So go with what feels good for you. Breathe. Keep lifting the chin. Keep the shoulders away from your ears. Three more breaths. And once you're done, release back down. This time, your heels will come towards your bottom, and we're going to sway side to side to begin with. And after a few rounds, we're going to circle the legs around. So you can imagine egg beater if you've ever played water polo, have had to tread water. It's a very similar movement here. Good. So both directions. So if your quads, which are the muscles in the front of your thighs, are really tight, you're definitely going to feel the tension here. Nice work. So that rocking movement really helps us to relax, because if you remember, as a little one, just having that bottom rock side to side helps you to sleep. Okay, so from here, bring your legs back into alignment. We're going to come into a spinal twist. So let's hope I get the cues right. So remove the props away from you. So hands anywhere, they're not going to stay where they are for now. Take your right knee out to the side. So your right knee goes straight out to the side. All right, so that hip is about a 90-degree angle, knee to hip. Press the body up. Now take your left arm across the floor over to where your right leg is. So you want to have some space between your ear and your shoulder so you're not collapsing down. Now from here, you're going to open up like a page in the book. Now this right knee, so right knee's out to the side, left hand in front of you, and open up. And as you can see, my knee has come off the floor and I'm just in a position that feels good without shoulder tension or anything catching or pinching here. So come into a position that works for you now. Once you're there, if that right shoulder is in pain, you're going to need to adjust. So you can bring your arms up higher into more like a Y or V shape, or you can take your arms straight out to the side, one straight line, or you can bring that right arm a little further down. So we are working all the way up through the right side of the body. Okay, you don't have to keep the knee on the floor. As you twist open, this whole chain will start to lengthen. Now see if you can turn your chest a bit more towards the ceiling, and that should help with your positioning. Again, it's important that you adjust your body to feel comfortable. If you're not comfortable, you're going to fidget, your mind's going to get frustrated, you're going to tense on an unconscious level, and you're not going to breathe deeply. So you can still feel the muscle tightness without being uncomfortable. And that's where your breath becomes vital to your practice and to your being. Inhale ease, exhale the stress and tension. Soften the face. Relax your arms and that back shoulder down. And we're going to take a few more breaths here. Deep inhales, nice long exhales. Just enjoy the expansion from fingers up into the chest region, down maybe the side of the body into the abdomen, and hopefully through the back, working down that sciatica nerve. Take a couple more breaths. So when you take a big sigh in your breath, that is an energetic release. And I notice it in myself that I felt that shift once. It's like, oh, my body can relax. I now know the pose has done its job. Again, it doesn't happen all the time. But if that does occur to you, just know that your body's sort of come back to its happy medium. Okay, let's bend that right elbow. Slowly release back, face down. Take your time. It can feel a little uncomfortable. Coming out of this position, a spinal twist can be a little bit juicy. And when you're ready, no rush of course, we're going to do the left side. So take your time. Left knee comes out to the side. Now if your hips are tight, again, you just align that knee position. Lift your body up and take your right arm across the floor over. And when you're ready, opening up that left arm. Let me just adjust a bit more forward. Open up, open up. And again, you might notice this side is easier, maybe it's tighter. You don't have to touch the floor, knee or that arm. So as you breathe, you'll notice things start to unwind. And try to square your chest towards the ceiling. What does that mean? Trying to get both of your shoulders towards the mat. Now your head can be facing the ceiling or turned back towards your left arm. Any shoulder pain, adjust the lever of the arm. Deep breaths. Breathe in deeply and breathe out slowly. So when you come into a spinal twist variation, it really works a lot of the areas throughout the body. It's not just about your back, it's not just about your hips. As you can feel with the arms extended, you're working up through the chest, into the bicep, and maybe into the forearms. It works through all of those lines and meridians and fascia and chains that we have within our bodies. Your job is not to focus so much on the physical, but to work on deepening your breath, staying present, and giving your body the environment to do what it needs to release, to recalibrate. That's why feeling is so important. Keep breathing, keep allowing the tension to release. Okay, last few breaths here. Continue to breathe, we're almost there. Well done. Let's bend that left elbow, bring the arm close to you and just rolling slowly back onto your mats and lying face down. Again, come into a position that feels comfortable. And once you've settled, we're going to wriggle the bottom side to side, either with your legs down or heels to bottom and sway side to side. Okay, we are almost there. Nice restorative practice. Okay, bring everything back to center. We're going to roll onto our backs. Now, if you have a prop, you're more than welcome to use it. If you don't have a prop, that's completely fine. Okay, so we're going to roll onto our backs. Slowly hug your knees in towards your chest. And press that back into the mat to give your kidneys, your adrenal glands, and of course your muscles and tendons a little bit of TLC here. So we have a few variations with your next pose. Now, you have the option to use the wall if you have something close to you. So you can shuffle your bum and take your legs up the wall. So that's the most chill pose that I can offer you right now. Again, that's optional. If you have a couch or a chair close by, you can just place your feet and let your legs rest onto the sofa or the couch or a chair. Otherwise, if you have a prop, you're just going to slide it underneath your bum. Make sure it's in a comfortable position and just let your legs relax down in supported bridge pose. So wherever you are, no matter what position you choose, shuffle the shoulders down, do great nice length through the neck. Tuck the chin in slightly. Get my bun out of the way. And just chill. Good, breathe. Just feel that energy roll back up its way towards the head, towards the crown chakra, your third eye. Now, blood moves around the body regardless of which position you're in. But this slight elevation, whether your legs are up or having the knees bent, will help to reset a busy and overworked nervous system. So how do we get stressed? So busy nervous system, we overwork, we stress about things, we worry. Maybe you're not sleeping well, maybe there's a lot going on in your mind, maybe there's a lot of things on your plate. Maybe you can't seem to get everything done. Maybe you've got a young family. Maybe your health is not the best it could be. Or maybe you just don't feel safe in your body. There are so many variables to having a busy nervous system. If you're constantly surrounded by a lot of people and you can't switch off, you're constantly giving, there's also that as well. Or maybe you never get a chance to step outside and have 5 minutes to yourself. You're in buildings from one to the other and never have a chance to step outside in nature or even get some sunshine. The brilliant thing about yoga is it can help calm and relax you without you needing to do a lot. Half the battle is getting onto the mat. Once you're there, it becomes a bit easier. Okay, a couple more breaths here. You're doing really well. Now, if your legs are up on the wall or onto a chair or a table, it could be a table or a sofa, just bring those legs down nice and slowly. You can bend the knees. And if you're on a prop, just remove everything out from underneath you. We're going to bring the knees into your chest one more time, slowly and mindfully. Again, don't rush, take your time. Once your knees are in, just pressing that back into the floor, maybe rocking side to side gently. And you're going to release your arms and your legs down. Give everything a good shake out to release. So wave your feet side to side so you get right into those hip bones. And then just turn the head a little bit side to side as well, releasing tension through the neck. Okay, now if you can stay here for at least a minute, just let everything settle. If you want to stay 2-3 minutes, even better. But just take a few moments here to ground that energy. Let everything circulate around. Take a nice big deep breath in. Open the mouth, let it go. And let's do that one more time. Inhale fully. Exhale, let it go. As you continue on with your morning, day, or evening, remember you are a being of light. Your authenticity is where your strength and your courage and your brilliance lie. And as always, you are divinely guided, protected, and shielded in all ways and always. Thank you for joining me. Until next time, have a beautiful onwards time. Thank you and namaste.